Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. We are headed to Tallulah Gorge State Park up in Georgia in the mountains. We'll bring you back when we get there. Well, we slept in Georgia last night, which means we get to put another sticker on the map. So, right there is Georgia. It's gonna go right there. This one won't be too hard to put on. Put it on right there. Okay. So now we got the entire East Coast done. We're out here to Michigan. We have to figure out how to get Alabama, Mississippi, and Kentucky as we work our way west. We have made it to our site. You're in site 38. So this is a pull-through site, and it is, turn this slowly around, it is right across from the playground at the campground. And there was a bathhouse and laundry right here, but they're building a brand new building for it. So there is still one bathhouse on the opposite side that's available. So it is pull through. It's long enough, you could definitely get a big rig in here. Mine is 27 feet and I got plenty of space. You can see this particular site is sloped forward. It's relatively level side to side. I didn't have to do anything there. But the front is definitely higher. So I put 3 boards there and used my yellow stackers. Now this is considered one of their like premium sites. Premium site means water and electric. So I got the water and the electric hooked up, and you can see it's 30, 50, and 20. And then here's the rear of the site, and you can see I have plenty of room back here, so you could get a pretty long rig in here. The road in, there is one sharp turn, so we'll check that out. Now over on the fun side, they have these built-in concrete tables. They have a grill for you and a fire pit and a ring to hang your light. So I didn't bother putting anything out. You know, the awning is, you know, we have plenty of shade here, so I don't need the awning right now. It wouldn't cover the entire picnic table because I wanted to be able to get in and out. If I move this back, then I have issues there. So we're here for 2 nights. We got in late last night. We drove from Fisherman's Cove RV Resort in Tavares, Florida to here, and I can tell you that Atlanta traffic is no fun, and it doesn't matter what day you're coming through there, you are going to hit traffic that's going to add 2 hours to your drive. So we know that. All right, we'll check out the campground amenities next. See, they do have ice. During the busy season, you would check in right here at the campground. In the off season, you go to the interpretive center, which is right down the street. You're pulling off the road, and you can see this is gate controlled. So they send you in your email the gate in case you come in late. Now, we didn't get here till 8:30 in the evening, so we used the gate code and went right to our site. And right across is the dump station. So on your way out, you can stop right at the dump station, just as he's doing. So here is this all one way, so you can't make a wrong turn. But there is one sharp turn down here that had me a little concerned at night. The trees are cut back, so I don't think a rig, even a tall rig, would have trouble with the height in here. But the roads are narrow, so you want to be careful there. You see, these are the early sites. This is site 3. Site 4. Here's a small site 5. Really nice campground, peaceful. All the, well, many of the trails you can access from the far end of the campground without having to drive. So that's a nice feature at the campground. So this is the sharp turn I was telling you about. And they did widen it a bit to help the rigs. So you want your nose way out there on the edge to make this turn. Because it's almost 180 degrees. So that was the only real concern I have. And you can see there's a little rock right there you could catch. They have a ton of back-end sites, and then down where we're at are a bunch of pull-through sites that are pretty long. And they have trash cans in the front here, towards the front of the campground, and then there's also a trash can over in the back of the campground. But very nice. And right here next to Site 20 is where they're building the new bathhouse and laundry facility. So it'll take them a bit to get that done. There was a bigger building here, but it looks like they're replacing the entire thing. So it's good to see the improvements. Nice Airstream right there. And then there you can see our rig in Site 38, and all those down there on the right are pull-through sites. and they're rather long. A little bit of a slope, but there's Marie. But it looks good. You can see 37 up to about 43 or 44 are all nice pull-through sites. Okay, so once we left Florida, we headed to Tallulah Gorge.
In Georgia.
Yeah, this is up in the mountains of Georgia, near the lakes, and the gorge is, you know,
in the valley.
Yeah, 1,100 steps down to the base of the gorge. So we were actually here before in a VRBO for our nephew's wedding.
Right.
But we didn't get to camp here.
Camp or do a lot of hiking.
So by camping overnight in Georgia, what did we get to do?
We got to put a sticker on the calendar, on the state map.
Yes. So we got another state knocked off of our map. We got Georgia on there. So now we got the whole East Coast done. That was one of my goals, to make sure we got that done. This campground has primitive sites like tent sites, and they have water and electric sites, and their premium sites are sites that are paved, and we had a drive-through premium site. So what do you think of the site?
It was nice. It was a nice location. It was a good running path there, and you could go down to the Gorge hike, right?
Yeah, you could hook up to
from
the campground. You could hit multiple trails in Tallulah Gorge State Park. So it was really convenient, and the sites were large. You know, you weren't on top of each other, and there was a little bit of construction there.
Right, they're putting in a new bathhouse.
So brand new bathhouse and laundries going in. Actually, right one site over from where we were staying, there was an original bathhouse and laundry there, and they knocked it down and they're building a completely new one. So we like that. It's gated, so they do control who goes in and out of the campground. So that was nice. And then we got to check on a few things while we were there. What village did we check out?
Helen.
Yeah.
Helen. It's a German Swiss.
Yeah, like
village?
an Alpine Swiss German kind of town. So we went down there. We picked up some authentic German bologna in there at a grocery store, and they have a lot of festivals there. They have Oktoberfest there, but the one that I noticed that I didn't realize they had there's a songwriters festival there. So I want to do some research and find out when that is and what kind of artists come in there, because I love songwriter festivals. So we'll check that out. But if you're going to be in that area of Georgia, that town is definitely something to check out. A lot of places to eat down there. Now in the Georgia mountains near Tallulah Gorge is a town called Alpine Helen, and it's like this Bavarian touristy place. So anytime you're there, you got to stop, because they have a big Oktoberfest. But I just found out they do have a music songwriters festival, so I got to check that out and see when that is. While we were over in Helen, where did we stop?
We went to the Hardman farm.
Hardman Farm. So Hardman Farm, well, what was so special about that place?
Well, the family donated it to the Preservation Society.
Yeah.
And so you could go there and have tours, and it's a beautiful farm. It was a dairy farm.
Yeah, so that property, it's rather large. It was a doctor who owned it, and in 1999 they donated it to the state as a historical site. And the farm is beautiful. The main home is stunning. And there was a couple other homes on the property. One was the dairy managers. It was the largest dairy operation in the area. I think it was called Narkuchi Dairy. So a lot of people worked there for them.
And it said it had a game. One of the buildings, the outbuildings, was built as a game room.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
For the adults. So smoking cigars and playing poker probably. But we have a subsequent video coming out on a tour of the Hardman farm, so you can become more familiar with it. We highly recommend it. It was really a worthwhile
2-hour
adventure over there. Yeah. And if you go on the weekends, you can take the tour on the inside of the home,
right,
which we didn't get to do because we were there during the week and they didn't have that operating.
So we could just look through the windows of the farm.
Welcome home, Marie. You have it all decorated in period appropriate stuff, Marie. It's all decorated in period appropriate stuff. In the past, we did a lot of hikes in Tallulah Gorge, but we did manage to get a hike in this time.
Right.
The Tallulah Rail Trail.
Right. Accessible hike or whatever.
Yeah, it was really accessible. So if you're mobility challenged, the pathway was pretty much macadam the whole way, right along the water. Really beautiful.
And it's easily, if you want to go for a run, you could do it because it's flat.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's the old railroad bed. And a lot of times you see those railroad beds along the rivers because they're relatively flat. And that's another one. We did a subsequent video on it just to show folks who maybe have some mobility issues that there are trails that you can do. And then also in this video, we linked our original hikes in there so they can see the 1,000 steps down to the base of the gorge. I probably couldn't do that anymore, but at that time we did do that. Now we were here a couple years ago and did a lot of the waterfalls. I'll put that playlist in right here so you can see the other walks and hikes that we did, including the roughly 1,100 steps at Tallulah Gorge. Do you remember those hikes, Marie?
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah.
It was a pretty day. Like this weather is beautiful. It was in the spring, right? We went.
Yeah, I think we were.
Alex's wedding was in the spring.
Was it May?
Yeah. Yes.
Look, if this video helped you or you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, it helps me out a lot. Also, ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I put up a new video, and give the video a thumbs up. That helps it be seen by a wider audience. But more important than all that,
go have some fun out there.
hey, thanks for watching.